and just give me one more minute to hand the host off to you.
Jake, your microphone's off.
You'll get a little thing saying you're the host. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to leave. Have a good meeting.
Okay, thank
See
you.
you on Monday.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Time do we have? 6:31. We'll open up the meeting, call it to order. A roll call. It's Mike Morelli. Everybody else will have to speak up.
Gary Paul.
Amy Stevenson.
Kathleen Edgecombe.
Alrighty. Okay. Correspondence. I did not receive any correspondence concerning this matter from anyone, so there's no correspondence. Next would be public comments. I'd like to waiver that until the discussion. That way if there's any matters that we like cleared up, or there's any questions you want to ask or anything, we have any questions for you, you can certainly speak up then. All righty. So I guess we'll start this conversation. We do have 4 people. That's enough for a quorum. All righty.
Yeah, 5 of us. Jim Harwood's here too.
Oh, Jim. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, excuse me. All righty. Use of Glacier Park for the bike trials. I consider these trials, it's a unique thing. It's not mountain bike riding. Alrighty. It's been said that they've been using it for 6 years. We've never received a complaint. We've never seen any impact from it. We've never even known it was going on. So I think it's a low impact sport. Alrighty. With that said, and also with the due diligence to find out, your due diligence on your part to contact the correct or the proper town, agencies. From what I've been informed, speaking to Parks and Rec, no one there can recall anyone ever calling them, except for one time when they asked to have the grass cut. I have no way of verifying that you have been doing it for 6 years. So I have no idea, no way of verifying whether everything got damaged or not. I also have no idea of verifying that you actually took due diligence to find out the proper agencies. Now, with that being said, is there any other discussions, you would want to speak to that?
We've always contacted Parks and Rec either by phone or by email, and we've always checked in with the police. Now, we wouldn't have checked in for the last 2 years because of COVID, but anytime we've had any extra cars just beyond the few of us, we check in with the Ledyard Police Department, and we've always popped a phone call into Parks and Rec, but they've always said, well, it's fine with us, but it didn't raise any, it probably isn't anything they put in their memory bank.
So Tony, yeah. We've communicated with Don Greasy, who's been there for 40 years. Yep. And he kept meticulous records, and anybody who did anything in the parks had to fill out forms and have insurance. I know because I worked with Don very closely when we were doing Pfizer EV games, and we called Don, and Don said that there's no record for talking with you. And so I'm not sure where you come off saying that he just said everything was okay, because we talked with him. He said, no, we never just say things are okay. That's not our jurisdiction, and we pass them on if you talk to them in the last 6 years. So he flatly denied having any conversations with you and saying it was okay.
I don't think I ever spoke with anybody named Don. There was someone named Monica, or
Monica is the assistant director who is now there. She's only been there for a year and a half. She was not
Okay.
there before.
And she gave us Gary's email.
Right,
She
that
said-
was this last year,
and
and that
that's
makes
this
sense. You wanted it mowed.
Right.
For the assertion that you've been talking with Parks and Rec for the last 6 years, though, and they say it's okay, that's just not true.
Yeah, I don't know who I spoke with before Monica. I can't remember.
Well, it would have been Don Greasy because he was the director of the thing for the past 40 years.
Yeah,
So,
I can't remember. I'd have to look back through my emails and see if I could find who I contacted.
okay.
Any other discussion with members of the commission? Any other questions, anything of that nature?
My only thing is yeah, and I agree with Jim on a little bit of that. It's not really okay. I mean, obviously this falls under the Conservation Commission, and we don't want, high impact, but what I am, and what I would, recommend to my fellow commission members is, I'm glad that you're here now and trying to do that, do it right now, regardless of what did happen. So I think that, in my opinion, I just think that we need to get it right starting now and moving forward with this so that we can develop that kind of relationship. And that's, I'm a little disappointed that there hasn't been any of that record, kind of like what Jim was saying. And then at the same time, like what you said before, this seems like a very low impact deal. I don't see really the harm in it as long as things are done properly and properly, not just now, but moving forward.
I agree with Gary. I think we should maybe go there while they're having their event and check it out and see what it's like this year. And then, let them do it this year and then see how it is and take it on a year by year basis, or, request by request or whatever.
We would love to have you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good the parks get used as long as you say it's low impact and it doesn't eat on anything. I think it's, I'd have to go see. I don't know anything about it.
I think as we talked about before, Tony, too, I think it's really important that for next year, you guys are upfront with this. We've got a week and a half now, roughly, maybe 2 weeks until your event. And then we're just finding out about this. And there's a whole lot of things that the town needs to have done for this. I mentioned a couple of those in my email. To me, and to Parks and Rec, the biggest thing is you guys need to have insurance. We need to have a certificate from, not just say that, oh, we have the insurance and send us the application. We need a certificate from your insurance carrier, and preferably one that lists the town of Ledyard as the co-insured. I think that's very important. It's very easy to do. And
we're glad to take that insurance. We just need to know exactly what you'd like stated on it and the various levels, and then we'll make sure it complies with that. There's no reason not to if we're buying a product to keep us all safe.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think they charge. I know K&K never charged us anything extra to get a second certificate, and so I think you could easily get a certificate with Town of Ledyard's name on it without having to pay anything more than you would before. As far as the amounts, I know from doing a lot of things with other towns with soccer leagues and that they generally ask for $1 million liability and $1 million medical insurance. So that's probably pretty standard. You can probably get them to do that. Past that, maybe talking to Parks and Rec to see exactly what they require and use that amount as your basis for that. I know when we did things at Connecticut College, they were a little more stringent. They made us have $2 million liability and $5 million medical for theirs, and then they had to have the certificate themselves.
Who's the best person to work with to find out these numbers and specifics? And I'll be glad to do that. I just need to know who to work with. So
if I would say Monday, go into Parks and Rec and talk to Monica, who's the assistant director, and then Scott is now the director. Those two would be the ones to talk to and ask them what the level of insurance they require, because you're going to need that for us. And and then act accordingly based on that with your insurance carrier. And I would say make sure we have a certificate by I would say September 29th 9th at the latest, because the town's off on Fridays. And so that would give us at least one day to review it before,
Yeah.
they don't. So,
If I can't get it by then, we won't do it.
okay. I mean, if it's anything like K&K, we used to be able to get the insurance forms for that. I'd send the form in, I'd sign it, fax it to them, and the next business day I would have the certificate. So
I feel,
we've
yeah,
got plenty of time for that.
yeah. I feel like I used my Visa card last time and then it was like pretty quick.
Yeah, I think the main thing though is to go in and see what level of insurance coverage Parks and Recs generally demands for an event, and then
Okay.
just parrot that. I think it's going to be $1 million and $1 million, but I think that's usually the lowest that you can get with those. But ask them what they do, and then
And we're
just-
looking to additionally insure Town of Ledyard and the Conservation Commission, or just Town of Ledyard?
Mike, what do you think?
All right. Parks and Rec is a town agency. They are paid employees. They have the authority to demand insurance. We're volunteers and we're an advisory. I'm not sure we can. So whether Parks and Rec, would they offer this? I don't know. If they don't, go to the town and ask the town what they want.
Okay.
Okay, to find out if it's even necessary. I don't know.
Okay.
Parks and Rec may say that's not ours, so we don't deal with it. Alrighty, so go. I'm just saying.
So,
We'll
so
scoop
for
it
the,
out.
for the purpose of this meeting here, because I know we all, it's Friday, I know we all want to be at this thing, but for the purpose of the meeting here, so Mike, if I'm understanding you, so this vote is basically, or this meeting is, do we want them to use the trail for this event? And basically what we're saying, what I'm getting is, we would like you to go through the town properly to make sure that you are, having the insurance if they require, an ambulance if they require, but going through those channels. And then going forward, anytime having our blessing before you go to the town, and as long as you're meeting those requirements that the town gives you, that we would have no problem. And I think that's what we're, right, what we're talking about and what we
Exactly.
essentially going to vote on.
Yeah.
Turn it into a system that's the same each time if we're going
Right.
to do it. Yeah.
Basically, yeah, we'll distill it down into a motion that it won't be quite so windy. But this would be the general direction I would be headed in. I would like to, I don't think it's a bad idea, but like you say, we want to get this done correctly. Alrighty, for all parties, for the bike club and also for ourselves and also for the town.
Can I try a
Alrighty.
motion? Can I try a motion? Is someone taking notes? Should I write this down?
Let's say, make sure all
Right.
of this is noted,
What?
documented, or something to that effect. Like Tony, when you go to Parks and Rec, make sure that they note that you went there and talked about the matter and such, so that it's actually recorded somewhere, instead of in an obscure email, some years ago or something.
Sure.
Basically-
So, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Basically, what I'd like to do is have this as a trial run. If everything goes according, then we can continue this year after year. Alrighty,
Mhm.
And if I can't get insurance in time, we'll put it off and then we'll just organize it for when I can.
yes.
Maybe we'll do a little Thanksgiving turkey shoot or something like that. I'll let
Sorry
you know.
about that.
Sounds good.
Not a real turkey shoot.
So
That's what my
Tony, what
wife
time does
thought
your
was.
event start on the 2nd?
I think the rider meeting is supposed to be at 9 and we're supposed to start riding at 10.
Okay, so what time would you want us to show up if we'd like to watch?
Oh, I would say anytime after 10.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, the guys usually leave and they go off to their little sections and you'll see riders in small groups throughout, just like what the video showed throughout the park.
Okay,
And
Alright.
you guys might actually be interested in the riders meeting as well, just so you could see things like safety discussion and
Yep,
stuff like
safety
that. So,
rules.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
useful. So that would be 9
Yep.
o'clock then.
That's 9 o'clock. Yeah, because then we also go over courtesy, things like that to make sure everybody's on the same page. Believe it or not, everybody who's basically from the absolute novice level up to expert are all perfect gentlemen, and the only people we have trouble from are the higher level riders. They argue amongst themselves, and they're just not good sportsmanship.
And Jim behind you, right?
And Jim, of course, is a troublemaker.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you.
All right. To sum up, go to the town, go to Parks and Rec, ask what's necessary.
Yep.
Parks and Rec may require it, the town may not.
Okay.
Check with both and let me know. All right, keep me informed. All right.
Okay.
And I'll guide you somewhere. It won't open till Monday. All righty.
Right.
I'd like to make a motion to allow Northeast Bike Trials to practice and to hold their event on a trial basis. As long as they
Just a
perform
contingent.
all the requirements the town would like.
Contingent
I'll
on-
second that. Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, you can. We can still open this discussion.
Discussion.
So I think we should say that we're allowing them or whatever. They can hold this one-time event contingent on requirements from the town of Ledyard. And then we'll take it from there after.
Mhm.
That sounds. is that the
Agree for
motion?
just this,
that
yeah,
sounds
agree for
good.
this one
Yeah.
time.
Okay,
October 3rd? No, what'd you say?
Second,
second.
October 2nd.
Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So
right.
Northeast Bike Trials will hold, well, whatever. Is that it? Northeast Bicycle Trials?
Like,
Can hold an event October 3rd, 2nd. Second, sorry. Contingent on requirements, on meeting the requirements of the town of Ledyard. And then, if it goes well, then next year you'll come back a couple months earlier or a month or, whatever, so we can get it done
2 months earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
in a more timely fashion. Yeah.
Already have gone to the town.
That's right.
Yeah, well, you'll know by then you'll know what you need to do and you'll come with all your stuff and we'll.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a motion on the table. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Jim
The amended
seconded.
motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Amy?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? All right, the motion carries. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All righty.
Make sure you email us the reminder of the date, because I'm very bad at forgetting.
Will do. Yep. We'll send you an invitation.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. And
Have
ladies.
fun.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks,
At
guys.
all.
Thanks.
Any other business? We're done?
Oh.
Any
no.
a motion to adjourn?
Adjournment. Excuse me. An item on the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Okay.
All right, have a good weekend, everyone.
All
Bye,
right,
guys.
thanks, guys.
Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Scott.
Right?
Hey, see you.
Bye, guys.
Good night.